Hey, Calvary Hill Church. We had an incredible weekend together. We started it off with our first Saturday prayer, and a huge shout out to all of you that made it a priority to be there. We hope that you'll join us in October for our first Saturday prayer again. It's going to be that first Saturday in October, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We really look forward to that opportunity to pray together, and we think it's a great way to start every single month, and we hope that you will join us for that as well. And we also had a great Sunday, had some ice cream after both of our services, and just kind of celebrating Labor Day weekend and moving up Sunday for our Kids Corner kids, moving up into their next grades. And we also talked in Matthew chapter 13, where it shares the parable of the sower and the seed. And we talked about different soils and what's going on in those soils and how they need to be mended to become good soil. But Matthew chapter 13, that last verse, when it's talking about this parable of the sower, the seed, verse 23, it says, "The seed that fell on good soil represents those who truly hear and understand God's words and produce a harvest of 30, 60, or even 100 times as much as had been planted." You see, it's not enough just to have good soil, but you have to be producing fruit. We talked about that on Sunday. It's not enough just to say that I have good soil, but if I have good soil, I should be producing fruit. My hope and my prayer for us as a church is that we would be a church that produces fruit 30, 60, or even 100 times than what was planted. Praying for every one of us as a church that we would make that our mission to ask ourselves, am I producing fruit? And if not, then how do I need to mend the soil? Calvary Hill, we're praying for every single one of you that you would grab hold of this mission and make it your goal to produce fruit as well. I just want to take 2 seconds and invite you guys to 2 different things that are coming up. We have our back to school prayer this Friday night, and we hope and pray that you will join us for that, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. here at Calvary Hill Church, and just take a few minutes and pray for every one of your families, those kids that are going back to school. We know that God is going to use them in a tremendous way, and we want to start the school year off with praying for your kids. So we hope and pray that you'll make it a priority to be here. And then we also just want to mention, if you have not yet signed up for a life group, please make sure you go check out the newsletter and find a life group that you can get involved in. We know that that is part of mending the soil and making sure that your roots can dig deeper with Jesus, is if you find a group that you can become a part of. Hope and pray that every single one of us here at Calvary Hill Church would make that our mission, constantly mending the soil, constantly asking, are we producing fruit? Cannot wait to worship with you this Sunday. Excited to hear the message that Pastor Brent has for us, and excited to see what God has in store for Calvary Hill Church. Look forward to seeing you guys this Sunday. God bless.